Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. Jason here bringing you today's video. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're a small family channel that would appreciate any support you might want to give us. Thank you to our patrons as supporters, and also to those of you that suggested we join the Amazon Affiliates program. We finally did. Check the links down below for any applicable links I come up with from today's video, so I'm not talking about any particular book. We need some traffic going through it because we're still new to the program. Although I'm sure since it's Amazon, probably always need traffic going through it. But please check it out. Today don't want to talk about a particular book. What I want to talk about is books versus ebooks versus Audible books. Kind of an ongoing debate amongst a lot of readers. And I just want to give my particular thoughts on it and the pros and cons of each one. So I want to start off with regular books. Now, you've got the hardcore book fans, and I would go so far as to say I'm a hardcore book fan, but you got a lot of those hardcore book fans that talk about, oh, I only get regular books, real books, physical books, got to have it in my hand, got to smell it, and the feel and smell, and there's nothing like it, yada, yada, yada. And I get where they're coming from. I truly do, but I have to disagree. Now, I have 9 bookshelves and stacks of books that don't fit on the bookshelves until we buy more. I love physical books, especially love collecting books. I have probably 2 or 3 shelves worth of signed books. Can't get an ebook autographed, not without ruining your Kindle or your phone or whatever you're reading it on. So there definitely is a place for physical books. One, there's something to be said for actually sitting there reading a physical book. 2, I own it. A lot of people don't realize that ebook that you paid for, you don't necessarily own. There have been books on e-readers, not just the Kindle, but also Barnes and Noble's, Nook, and other generic e-readers such out there. There are books that have been pulled that people purchased, and eventually the book got pulled for whatever reason. So just because you paid for it doesn't necessarily mean that you own it. You just own the rights to read it, basically. But if I buy it, I own that book. Right? So that's some of the pros to books, some of the cons to books. What I've got on my 9 bookshelves all fits on my Kindle, and I have enough room to spare to do that 10, 20, 30 times. All right? So let me talk about ebooks. So ebooks, pros and cons. First off, a lot of people say that they don't like to read ebooks because of eye strain. Well, those are people that are reading it on tablets or phones, but actual dedicated e-readers such as the Kindles or the Nooks and some of the other ones that are out there are actually designed. The screen, the ink, everything on it is, it's not really ink, but everything about it is designed to mimic books as far as the eyes go, as far as eye strain goes and things along those lines. So that argument holds no sway if you actually use a dedicated e-reader to read your books. Now, if you're reading it on tablets, computers, phones, that's different. That's going to get you that blue light eye strain and stuff like that. Nothing you do about that other than get a dedicated e-reader. So what are some of the cons to the e-readers? Well, I already talked about it. You don't own your books. You don't own the books. You can't really get the books autographed. It's really tough to flip through a book. I once tried to do an ebook college textbook. And when you're studying or doing homework or something like that, you can flip through pages super fast while scanning to find exactly what you need. Ebooks, you're sitting there scrolling back and forth. It's just not the same, and it takes a lot longer. Yes, you can do things like bookmarks and stuff, but let's go to bookmark every page. It doesn't necessarily help you any. So flipping through it, finding specific spots, very difficult with an ebook. Some of the pros to ebooks. 1, portability. I have thousands of books with me everywhere I go just because I have my phone on me. If I carry my Kindle with me, I've got thousands of books already right there and actually downloaded onto it, so I have no shortage of things to read and something that is small enough to fit into my pocket. So the portability of the books. 2, the instant access. When I was growing up, there were bookstores everywhere. We had the Walden Books and the B. Daltons and the malls. Then you had your Barnes and Nobles and your Borders and other bookstores all over the place. There are bookstores everywhere. Now, the closest Barnes & Noble. The closest new bookstore to me is about a 25-minute drive away. I think there's 2 in the entire city. So bookstores are a little bit more difficult to get to. Add in a couple of used bookstores, and we've got a few more options, but I'm still looking at about 20 minutes to get to the closest bookstore. Yes, I can order books on Amazon, absolutely. Then I have to wait for them to come in. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but when I find a book I want to read it right frickin' now. So the accessibility of ebooks is fantastic. I find a book I want to read, and I can download it instantly, and boom, I can read it. It's right there. The ability to go cross devices is also really key. I don't carry my Kindle with me everywhere because my phone's a little bit more portable. So I read the Kindle, then I might go somewhere and I have my phone with me, end up waiting 20-30 minutes in line or in a waiting room or something, pull up my phone, pick up the book from exactly where I left off, don't have to go finding my page, keep going. And when I get back to my Kindle, it catches right back up to exactly where I am. Ease of use. My biggest one with ebooks, the advantages to ebooks, is accessibility to authors. Accessibility to authors. As you guys know from this channel, we'd like to focus a lot on indie authors, but the publishing industry is difficult for people to get into, so you'll miss out on a lot of authors if you just go to your major bookstores and just look for what's on the shelves, because those are going to be the biggest selling authors, established authors, authors that have quite a big following, not your new authors. Your new authors are going to be really hard to find, if at all, and especially indie authors. There's a lot of ebooks published by independent authors that they self-published. You're not going to find them in a bookstore, but you're going to find them on Amazon or wherever else you get your ebooks from, and you can download them instantly. Oftentimes they're a lot cheaper, and there's even programs such as the Kindle Unlimited that are fantastic for a set amount of, $10 a month. I read 100 books. Well, maybe not that many. I probably read 60 books off the Kindle Unlimited a month. At minimum 40, depends on the month. 35 to 45, let's say, a month. Fantastic. It's a fantastic deal. And again, the portability and the accessibility. That's how I find so many of these independent authors. And now, lastly, the third category, audibles, listening to the books. Now, some purists will talk about, they'll say, oh, that's not reading. Well, you know what? The book is still going to the same spot in your brain. So it doesn't matter if you're listening to it or if you're reading it. You're still taking in the book, and you're still getting from the book what you're supposed to get from it, which is escapism and just entertainment and fun. Do I do audibles? Absolutely not. So many of you guys suggested to us, but I read somewhere around 7 times faster than the audibles will narrate to me. So if I were to do Audible books, I would be publishing 1 video a week instead of 1 a day. And I only do 1 a day because I want to keep it down. I want to just flood you guys with videos, so 1 a day. But I read 2 or 3 books a day. Generally, a lot of the ones that I read, the Audible versions, are anywhere between 12 to 18, 19 hours. Like right now, the Malazan books, those are almost all 18, 19-hour Audibles. And I know that because my 2 friends that are reading them with me listen to them actually while I read it. So I know exactly how many hours each one is because one of them will tell me. But not everyone has time to be reading. The great thing with the Audibles, you can listen to your book while you're driving, on long trips. You can have it on your phone, earpieces. You don't have the eye strain. There's a lot of advantages to the Audible as well. And again, the book is going into the same place, so it doesn't matter if you're reading it or listening to it. So, the Audible books is definitely a thing for people. And in fact, I might even say there's one small advantage. I know a lot of hardcore readers that have amazing vocabularies but do not know how the words are pronounced because we read them, we don't hear them. Audible, you actually get to hear what it is. So pluses and minuses. I'm not going to go into the benefits of physical reading. That's something I'll leave to the teachers to talk about. I do think children should read, not listen to books. But as far as those of us that have work, families, bills to pay, errands to run, things to do, there is a lot to be said for the Audibles as well. So really, it's the debate that doesn't need to occur. A little bit for everybody. They all have their pros and cons. There's nothing wrong with any of them. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye now.